Welcome back, everybody. We are up and running with a brand new phone. And I brought a little taste from corporate America back with me after spending a very long day in the T-Mobile headquarters, looking around at all that advertising, all the marketing that goes on. And if you can't tell, that will be the focus of our breakdown today. We will be talking about the T-Mobile logo and its significance in relationship to the Georgia Guidestones, which I highly recommend everybody looks up the Georgia Guidestones if you haven't seen it already. We have discussed Georgia briefly. And I mentioned, very peripherally, I made the comment that Georgia Guidestones equals 777. And the reason I focus on 7 a lot, we've talked about the fact that it's a tarot card number 16, 1 plus 6 is 7, a building 7, a lot of obsessions with 7 days a week, powerful number. If you don't know about septenary gematria, look into it. Try not to go crazy. But this right here is your standard Ouija board. And the standard Ouija board is 2 measures of 7 divided 1 time. Measure twice, cut once. And you will see that all letters are represented with the 7 numbers. Very nice, perfect symmetry. And that the G and the T are the only letters that correspond to 7. All other numbers in the septenary gematria have 4 letters attached to them. The only number with only 2 letters is the 7. And its 2 letters are the G and the T. So every word in the English language that has a G and a T as its fundamental is a highly Masonic, highly Templar-related word. That is why I obsess so much in my videos about the cats, worshiping of cats, and the worshiping of goats. It's because this number 7 is the gateway. This is the arch. This is the arch of initiation. And the keystone, the crucial linchpin of the entire system, is that number 7, which relates to the G and the T. So when we talk about Bill Gates, we are definitely talking about the secret brotherhood that goes all the way back through as far back as this system has been used. So just ponder that for a second. So this is septenary gematria. It is a Ouija board. It has everything to do with everything. If you can get this system relatively understood in your head, you will start seeing through the fabric of reality. I guarantee you. But don't take it too far. Don't go Jim Carrey. So T-Mobile. I've done actually quite a few anagrams out of those letters. There's Team Obelisk. And there's even, that E is, that's a pentagram. That's 5. It's a 5-pointed star. Team Obelisk, 5-pointed star. That's Washington. The obelisk, the 5-pointed star, all goes to Washington. I've shown some ley lines that correspond with the pentagram in previous videos. But the one anagram I'm going to focus on here for the sake of what we're going through to keep it simple is B mit Leo. And mit in German means with, so be with the lion. TM, that has a lot to do with team. It also has a lot to do with 71, which would be 17, Q. I did the gematria for pink, the word pink, and I got the number 17. There's your Q. T-Mobile is pushing the pink as their electric pink is their new theme. But ultimately what I want to do here, I don't want to just say be with the lion, be with Leo. I think we're looking at Baphomet. This is Baphomet, who, if anybody's read any of Tracy Twyman's work, rest in peace, Tracy. God love you. You know, she was pointing out that the Baphomet ties into a very significant icon of history known as the Abraxas or Abrasax, which is the source of abracadabra, with my words I create. These letters, like I said, there's a lot of anagrams I could go into, but I'm just going to stick to that. I think we're dealing with the Abraxas, which is the cat, was the experienced an ascension from the 7th realm into the 8th realm. And so I'm quite sure we are dealing with this ascension, the Baphomet, the lion figure. The Baphomet is technically a goat, but regardless, I'm not going to go too off track with the difference between the goat and the cat. You know, you could say that the cat was Templars and that the goat was Masons. This is more Judeo oriented, and this is much more eugenics, royal house, sacred bloodlines. You know, there is some tribalism even in the secret societies, but I'm not going to go off on all that. I want to point out the Ge-orgi Guidestones. Somebody has pointed out how similar this icon is to the Ge-orgi Guidestones. Go look them up. But next to the Ge-orgi Guidestones on a map, you will find Highway 777. No coincidence. This is all obsessing over the gate, the keystone, the G and the T, the goat and the gato. You know, I couldn't help but notice our ex-president. His name was T. Rump, and we spoke already about kissing ass to get ahead in life. T. Rump. I believe that in certain mythology, this Abrasax, the Abraxas, the cat, the Leo, relates to Nefertiti, and there we have that T, the T's, the T. Rump. I have so much more to tell. I'm just trying to keep it concise. But let's just look at the word Georgia. You know, it starts with that Masonic G. They love that G. Ge-orGi-A. Masons. Orgy actually you know, like I said, when the profane disguises the profound. And so at first glance, everybody's going to say, haha, funny, the Masons are having an orgy with Gaia, the goddess of the earth, you know, Amazona, Pachamama. But orgy actually I believe in Greek, it means endeavors, arduous endeavors. This is Herculean feats. Where they're talking about the struggle of the Goths, the giants, the bloodline of the Nephilim. And so when you see the word orgy, it sure, you know, there's some sex magic going on. We're talking about the Eros Gamos. Eros Gamos, I'd never mentioned this before. A more in-depth translation would be erotic games. Eros is love, Gamos is games. So Eros Gamos also has to do with, you know, role play in sexual ritual, playing games with the energies of sexuality. So when we see the word orgy, a lot of people get, you know, kind of giggly and the college kid comes out. But we're talking about the endeavors, the great feats of Hercules, Herculean feats. And when you look at those Ge-orgi Guidestones, you will ask yourself, you know, did they have to call the giants out to build this thing? Look at the Ge-orgi Guidestones. You will see this is very significant to that. And this is also the temple, the T for the temple, the building of the temple. And so while I was in the T-Mobile temple, I couldn't help but see these two cats looking at me. You know, the negative space here is two cats looking, again, up the stairs of the pyramid, as I showed in previous videos, and staring me right in my face. Also, this very much resembles the Liberty Bell to me. This is kind of a exaggerated caricature of the Liberty Bell, which is on the $100 bill. So I took these two negative spaces and I broke them apart and set them here to create a cat's mask. And we know about masks. That's a person in Etruscan. Anybody who's into sovereignty, they know that personhood is a corporate fiction. And a corporate fiction requires interface. You enter your face into a mask to don a persona. All of this is high magics, and it has everything to do with law. So after looking at this for a while and creeping myself out, I decided to take it to another level, and I put another twist on the two hemispheres, left brain, right brain, with a new angle. And I got this image here. In first glance, I was sure I was seeing the goat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pointed star pointing downward. Very Aleister Crowley-esque. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Gravity. The G coming to get me. But I also see the owl, which is Minerva, the Bohemian Grove, the icon of the Bohemian Grove. I see an owl. I also see a fox, which is a Jesuit symbol. So you better be sure what we're seeing here is a full convergence of all the brotherhoods throughout time in a modern day context. We've got the goat, we've got the owl, we have the fox, we have the two cats, and we have the temple. So when people want to say, oh, it's the Masons, oh, it's the Jesuits, oh, it's the Bohemian Grove, ladies and gentlemen, it's all those fools. They have merged the world, you know, Novus Ordo Seclorum, the New World Order. It's in full effect. These guys were very busy putting in the 5G towers, and I'm pretty sure the deal has been sealed, and I think we all signed on to more than we fully understand. Much love, y'all. Peace.